I thought that's what I heard you said.
Hi, it's Michele Maher here today, and I'm joined with Shelley Jarrett. Thank you so much, Shelley, for giving me your time today to talk about dealing with the current environment and how we're maintaining a positive mindset while pivoting and getting creative in our business and our life. So thank you, Shelley. If you want to just give us a few words about who you are and what you're all about.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much, Michele, for having me on today. My name is Shelley Jarrett, and I am an award-winning entrepreneur. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a magazine publisher, and I'm also an entrepreneur, of course. I've been in business for the last 8 years, and pretty much I've been working with women in the community, I would say, for the past 25 years. I've done several things, women empowerment. I've also worked on the other side, working with women with that experience domestic violence, of course. And so I've been, after this COVID started, we all went through our experiences in March and April. And now I think it's a time for us to pivot and look at some new skills and some new things that we all have to change. And I mean, we're all in this together. And what I've done, I've seen an opportunity where, like, for example, 8 years ago, I started the same way. I attended a women's entrepreneurial course in the city, and I was very, very successful. And that is what helped me for the past 8 years to run my business. And I wanted to be able to extend the same opportunities to women now, because I know there's a lot of confusion now with women. They were either at work, they got laid off and they're looking for something new to do, something, come September, or once the kids go back to school, they need to get settled in with, organizing their life, because there's been a really big disruption. So I've created a online course using some of the same modules that I did 8 years ago. Like I said, for example, how to do a business plan, how to set goals, taxation, bookkeeping, of course, how to market your business in this environment now online, and also how to navigate social media, because there's so many different platforms. You need to know which is the right platform that works for you better with your business, the type of business you have. And so this course is for any type of business. It doesn't matter what kind of business it is, because now from what I've been watching the news and so forth, they're saying in between the next 5 to 10 years, this is going to be the norm. Businesses are going to be run virtually. So we do need the extra skills, to learn extra skills on how we can be successful. And I'm very, very positive that we can all be successful. We just need to develop these new skills. Some of the same things that we were doing before, we just have to do things a little different now. And for example, even dressing for success, because as much as you're at home, you still have to have a mindset that you're doing business and you have to look your best. If you're meeting somebody about a contract, you do need to look your best, of course. And Michele can attest to that, because she does all the, accessories and so forth. So we do need to, you can have your PJs at the bottom, but at the top, you need to have a nice top, some nice jewelry. Always make sure you look fresh, have some nice makeup on your hair, nicely done, of course, because when you look good, you feel better and you perform better, and your voice would penetrate better. And so we still have to remember that those things are still required. So these are some of the modules that we will have. It's going to be all video. You can access it 24/7. It'll be up for 14 days. So, feel free to, after this interview, Michele would leave my link. You can find me on social media. You can find me on LinkedIn, Shelley Jarrett on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook, Shelley Jarrett 1, and Instagram. So I'm all the social media platforms, and more about the e-program, the e-course would be on the social media, so you will see it. So if you need to speak to me, you can go to my website and you can arrange a 15-minute Zoom consulting, get some information about the course. So it's very, very simple. There will be a cost, but a very, very small cost. But for the 7 modules that you'll be would be receiving, and after you have access to all the instructors for free consult. So it's really a win-win situation.
Oh, definitely. Sounds like
Yeah.
it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
As you're saying, there's also this time. This time has given us the chance to slow down. So a lot of
Yes.
people have had time to reflect on what actually makes them happy, and the way that they were living their life before, is it really the way that they want to continue to be living? Because
Right.
I know for a fact that we were always worrying about the future and always looking forward and thinking, what's the next thing I have to do? Where's the next place I have to go? And we never actually sat with ourselves and were present and actually looking, reflecting on who you want to be and what you want to do and that kind of thing. So this has given us the chance to figure that out. And I'm sure a lot of
Ah,
people have realized that that job didn't make them happy.
no,
And
follow your
and
passion. We all have a passion,
exactly.
whether it's baking cookies or whatever the case may be. You can do that online. It's probably even easier.
And that's,
It really is. It
yeah,
really
and
is.
that's the thing now too with the online environment. It's a matter of getting creative. There's
Creative.
so many opportunities for different avenues you can take from
I
there.
I see that so much. I'm just so excited that I'm able to. Well, I'm a creative. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a creator. I like to create projects, and this was just like so easy because it's a model of that was already there. I didn't have to recreate anything. I just remembered that I did the course, and when I heard the minister said this is what women are gonna need, it just like a light bulb went up in my head. Oh my gosh, I have all the materials already. And
Hmm.
there it is. And being in the industry and all the networking skills that I had, I just got back to those people that I knew that are professionals in their field. And I said, this is, and I made a pitch. I said, this is what I'm wanting to do. And they all agreed that it is the right thing to do. And it was just so easy for me to create the course. So, I mean, it's like, whoa, it's a breeze. So I think
Right.
women should really, really, if they need to speak to me, I can explain more about it, but it's just so easy. The same passion you have, the same business you have, whatever you want to do, you just pull it online, really.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So as we were talking before we got on camera here, as I was saying, I found myself really getting sucked into the fear at the beginning, and there was a lot of that
Hmm.
whole fear. As things were changing on an hourly basis, those last couple of weeks of March, it was almost felt like it was 6 months long with how many things got changed and things. And what I found for myself, as you were saying, is I was glued to the news at the beginning and all of the updates from the government and everything like that, because everything's changing so quickly. But what I
Yep.
did find is that it was best to step away from the news and get a
Yes.
break and not listen, because it just would just feed that fear. And of
Yeah.
course, we don't want to be in fear, because that not
And it was
negatively
confused, and
affects
a
your,
lot of times you're confused. It's just confusing, conflicting information, and
yes,
you have fear and everything mixed in. It's just crazy. Like it was, but you know what? We're thankful that we're a little bit beyond that. Well, I
yes,
think Canada have done an excellent job. I know everybody may have their own opinion, but I think Canada has done an excellent job compared to the US and other parts of the world. I think
yes,
we got it a bit. People listened. There were some people that didn't, but we got this thing on the country because it could have been so much worse. And so kudos
right,
to Canada, happy Canada Day. But
right, yeah,
yeah, we survived it, and we're all survivors, and we have a lot to give now, and we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna make it. The worst is gone. I don't know. They're predicting there might be a second surge, but who knows? We just got to stay positive, keep doing what we're doing, take care of our families. I mean, we've all learned from this. Somebody, even the youngest child, has learned something from this. So
true,
we just
yes,
gotta hold on to each other, take care of ourselves, take care of our families, and yeah, and hope for the best and try to do something positive. Just look at the positive side of things. And for me, that's, I always try to find something out of negative. Like I said, I saw an opportunity, from a lot of these free things that we get now. If when things were going well, you would not even find it. A lot of services what
Right.
are available for women, I didn't see it. I think I was more frustrated before running a business. I was frustrated more than even now. I'm just so optimistic now that moving forward, we as women can do, there's a lot of opportunities. You just have to clue into it, speak to the right people, and stay positive, and things will happen.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And that's the thing after the initial fear and all that, and it was
Hmm.
really important to get into a routine. And as you were saying before, dressing for success is a whole psychological
Yeah,
aspect of getting dressed, hair, makeup, jewelry, and all
psych
that.
yourself up.
It really makes you perform much better, as you were saying,
Yeah.
and that I found for a lot of people, that's what got them out of the fear, because initially that fear rolls into you not wanting to get out of bed, watch Netflix all day, that kind of thing, and it gets you into action when you get dressed up and all,
Yeah.
ready to
And it's,
go. You're more confident and you perform better, and then it's basically stepping into action, like you say.
and I'm saying it's a different kind of dress up because you only
Yeah.
dress from
Yeah, the
from
top.
the
Yeah.
waist up. So it's creative. It's fun. I find it to be fun actually. A couple of times, a couple of Zoom meetings, I've had my PJs on and I'm comfortable. I'm happy. I don't have to be rushing like before, and I just have to make sure I have all my tech stuff in order, my lighting. Those are the kind of challenges I have, having good lighting in the house and different things like that. But apart from
Yeah.
that, I'm finding it good, to be honest. I'm enjoying it.
Right.
But I'm
Yes.
still very, when I go out, I'm still very careful. I wear my mask. I mean, I hate wearing the mask, to be honest. I don't like it. It's horrible, but
Yeah, I don't think anybody enjoys it as such,
no,
but
so, and then I couldn't, one of the other things I was upset about, but I didn't let it bother me too much, my hair and my nails and that stuff, I couldn't get those things done. So this week I went out, I had that done. I'm sporting a brand new hairdo I got yesterday. So I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, it does. Yeah, the hair and nails are.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I gotta go soon too, but I was able to do some root touch up from my hairdresser dropped off. She mixed me up the color, and then I did
Right.
it
You can
myself.
do,
So,
yeah.
but got my nails
Oh,
done
those look good. Those look good.
on
See, so you see, we got
Friday. So
lots of skills. We got so many new skills we need to celebrate. We need to
yeah.
celebrate these new skills that we've acquired.
Yeah, so as I was saying before, there's so much information online with the technology, and so many people, as you were saying, are offering
Free, a
their
lot of free stuff.
services.
A lot of
Yeah,
free
at
services.
first there was a lot, like everyone's free, 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 but at this point in time, now that we've been a few months in,
Yeah,
that
because
free is
the
not
bills got to get
sustainable.
paid.
Yeah,
The bills got to get paid. So yeah. So like I said, I know the course costs a lot more, but I know that people do not have that kind of money right
right,
now. But for $349, it's the education that you're gonna get. Like, it's worth thousands, to be honest. But I want to be able to give back. I'm just using my successes that I've had to give back to the community, to give back to other women, that they can have that success too. So that's why it's 349, and I'll be keeping that way for the longest while, to be honest. So, because
right,
I've had to pay the tutors. It's not free. I've had to pay them. So, for their knowledge, for their intellectual property, we want to be fair across the board. But this is my gift back to the community, that a gift of learning. And what else can you have? Education and awareness is one of the most best gifts you can give someone.
right. Yes, yeah. And we have seen during this period of time a real sense of community where people are
Yes.
coming together and wanting to support each other. As you were saying, you were spending time to make, contacting, communicating with your clients, people that are in your network and family and friends, and making sure everybody's okay. And I think that's what's been done
Yes.
quite a bit, as well as everybody just coming together and collaborating. There's a lot of collaborations
A
happening,
lot.
and
Yes.
just wanting to help others and
Yes.
serve. This period of time has really shown us that we are a community, and we are all
Yes.
in this together.
Yes. I
Yeah,
totally agree. Yeah.
yeah, like the virus itself can infect anybody. It doesn't really matter who you are, and you're it doesn't matter how much money you have either.
I know. I've seen a lot. Yes.
So that, it just shows you we're all the same. And at the same time, we're all connected to the earth, and the earth is
Exactly.
getting a chance to heal as
Yes.
we
Yes.
slowed down.
Most definitely. It's a wake up call for all of us.
Yeah, because we were really living our life at a very fast pace,
Carefree. Yeah. Fast paced.
always thinking of the next thing you had to do, never actually sitting in silence to be present, even enjoying nature, or appreciating the
Nature.
trees, or
Yes.
appreciating even noticing the birds and the squirrels and things like that. We
I
would always
agree.
be. And even I had another interview with somebody who said that he had never even spoken to his neighbors living in this house for 4 years. Always get in the
Wow.
car, go to
Yeah.
work, or
Busy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And now people are talking more, out
Yep.
walking. Everybody's walking.
Yes. More exercise. That's good. I've done a lot of walking that I don't want to do it. I was like really lazy around it, but that's the only thing I could have done. I still do. My husband and I, we try to do every day.
Right. And that's the other thing. Now that we have been kind of in this at home for 3 months, not necessarily everybody always at home, but a lot of people have been working from home or staying home
Yeah.
3 months, going into even 4 months. So it's enough time for you to develop new habits
Yes.
that you will carry on going forward, even if we do get back to, if the kids do get back to going to school and that kind of thing.
Right.
Families have developed new habits that
New habits.
hopefully will continue.
And one of the good things is like I see all this money in my account. I don't spend. Like it's like wow, I don't think I've ever had so much, money in my account. You get to save, and you
Yeah,
look at
because
it different. Did I really need that? And you really don't. A lot of things you really don't need.
yeah, I think that is the case as well. There's so many things that, especially when you were rushing out, going, from event to event, networking event, whatever, and you might stop at, the coffee shop and get that
Spend
coffee.
unnecessary, yeah.
Just because, and again, you might be out rushing to something else and think, I haven't eaten, so you just grab something, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So that affects both
Or health.
your wallet and your health. Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I was gonna
So
say.
we've learned something there too. We've learned something there as well. So it's a lot of learning.
There is, and at the same time too, there's a lot of gratitude that
Yes.
we can, we
Thankful.
be thankful for what we have, but also be when we are able to do things again, like in the case of being able to go back to the hair salon, you're so grateful for having that.
Oh, I was just so happy yesterday.
Yeah, and when we do get to the point where we'll be able to go into a coffee shop again and sit with a friend and have coffee,
Yes,
you'll be very
gratitude.
grateful for that as well.
Wow.
Whereas
Wow.
before, you would just
You
think,
took it for
okay,
granted, yeah.
yeah, let's go meet for a coffee, and you never thought that that was something that you wouldn't be necessarily able to
Wow.
do.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
now we
even
can say nature
yeah.
made us do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of, so I find that a lot of people are really finding that they're very grateful and grateful too for this technology that we have,
Well, look
because
at that.
we're
Yes.
able to connect like this. And I know that,
Yeah.
just imagine if we didn't have it, how isolating it would have been to be at home. And this way,
Oh, wow.
at the beginning, we were able to connect with family and
Yeah.
things, family and friends like that. I know we had early on, we had a dinner party with three
Mm-hmm.
couples, just because, we just had our computer and everybody has their dinner,
Yep.
and you needed to
Wow.
have a conversation with people other than those in your house
Yes.
sometimes,
Oh,
right?
yeah, of course. Of course, yes. No, it's an experience. It's unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything that we would have predicted when we set our goals at the beginning of 2020.
Hmm. And
I
a
know.
lot of information, just information overload. So you got to do a lot of filtering, a lot.
Yes, yes, and that's why it's very important to determine what your values are and
Yes.
what's important to you, and
Hmm.
again, finding your passion. And some people getting creative and going back to what did I like doing as a child.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think a lot of people have gone back to doing puzzles. I've seen a
Oh,
lot of
wow.
people with
Yes.
puzzles and board games and things like
Yep.
that. So just realizing
With
what was,
family. Yes.
yeah, what was important to you. So, but going forward, I don't know about yourself, but I know I had a lot of vendor events, right? The March, April, May
Oh,
were booked,
okay.
and then of course they were all postponed till the fall. And now
Yes.
some of them are being brought online. A couple of
Okay.
them, they're going to be doing them online. Of course, it's not the same with
Yeah,
a
I
live.
did
It's
one.
not the same as a live
It's not the
event,
same. Yeah. I did
especially.
one. I did one about,
Yeah.
I don't know, a month ago. Yeah, a month ago. It was different.
Yeah,
It
there's
was
a lot of
different.
opportunity there because you can capture a global audience,
Yeah,
right?
it was
So
different.
it doesn't, you don't need to have somebody local anymore. So you
No.
can, you got the whole world. But from a perspective like myself, where I might have a vendor table, that presents some challenges because it's
Yes.
not the same when people can't come and touch and
Touch and
try
try
on
on.
and see, and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So now I'm starting to get creative with my business to determine how I'm going to be presenting this jewelry going forward, because vendor events like that and live events like that may not be, the rest of this year, probably not. It'll be 2021 by the time we have things like that. And even still, I don't know how different things are going to be. So this is the time to get
Right.
creative.
Right.
Online jewelry parties, things like that, but something more fun. But at the same time, like you were saying, it's very important to, like, this is here to stay, regardless, the online world.
Oh, yes.
And even with events like that have been shifted over to online,
Hmm.
will continue.
Oh, most
Even when there's
definitely.
live events, they will continue.
And
So,
more things would come up of how we can do this, because I never heard of Zoom before, to be honest, before all this started.
oh,
I knew there were video, live video, but I never used it. I think I only used Skype.
okay, yeah,
And so now there's so many. There's Google Live, there's so many. So it's going to be
yeah,
adding more and more, not just
yeah.
Zoom, right? So,
Right, exactly. There's a lot of opportunity from a technology point of view. And Zoom itself has gone crazy. Their stock went way up because everybody was
wow.
using it. At the
Yes.
same time, you couldn't find a monitor or a webcam. You couldn't even get it on anywhere when
Wow.
it was like beginning of April, say,
Yeah, I
because
ordered something and
everybody,
I still haven't received it. Ordered something online and still have not received it. I kind of said goodbye to it already. I think I ordered I don't know, it was a lighting for that you put over the
okay,
computer
yeah,
or something. I haven't received it. So I guess there's a lot of scammers as well. So we have to be very, very careful.
oh, true, yeah, true.
There's a
So
lot of
going
that.
forward, yeah, the future is, like you say, it's going to be a lot of online. I think even
Yep.
the businesses and the corporations that have have the employees working from home, it's going to be a while that they'll be working from
Yep.
home, and some might be offered the chance to work from home on a more permanent basis, maybe
Yep. That's what
day
they're
of the week,
saying.
maybe part of the week, that kind of thing.
Yep.
So
That's what they're saying. Yeah.
we can find that it's much more efficient sometimes to have a Zoom meeting than driving somewhere for an
Yeah.
hour, having a meeting and then driving home,
And the upside to that, the downside to that is that we'll be visiting our chiropractors more often because from sitting so long and there's going to be other challenges. So just keep that in mind.
Well, that might be an opportunity for the massage therapists, chiropractors, fitness people to get in, do some
Online as
videos.
well, and you just follow.
Some videos showing
Yeah.
people this is what you need to do.
Yeah, this is what you need. Yeah.
Don't sit in your chair for 8 hours. Make sure you get
Right.
up, do these stretches, do this kind of
So
thing.
we'll probably see a lot of that online as this
As
goes
well as
forward.
the fact that a lot of people don't have the right furniture to be working. Some people are working at their dining room table. Some people are working in their bedroom. They don't necessarily have the right chair. So
Exactly. Yep.
yeah. So there's the opportunities from that perspective for other businesses that do office furniture.
Businesses, correct. Just different, but it's effective.
Yeah. It just we miss seeing people in person. It's the hugs, things like that. But
wow.
But we will get back to that. It's just that we have to embrace this whole new way of doing business. And again,
this too shall pass. And we'll get this too shall pass. But it's just I feel a little bad for the younger kids. I mean, I have grown kids, but for parents with kids with the schooling, I found that to be very challenging.
Yes, it has been. I've interviewed a few people that have younger kids, and they've had to provide them with a lot of attention during the day, which meant that their businesses would have they'd have to work later into the night to get the business done and things like that. But at the same time, they're very happy to have that time with their children.
Okay. Wow.
The time with their children. And I had somebody else who was there, who I interviewed, who has a 2-year-old daughter. And so she's very happy to have this time with her because she said before what she was doing a mom. That's how she called it. She said, I was doing a mom. Now I'm actually being a mom.
Oh, wow. I like that.
She's more present with her daughter now, as opposed to taking her daughter, rushing her to daycare, picking her up, rushing here and there, and trying to do her business.
Good, right? Yep.
Yeah. So it's given us the chance to actually slow down a bit and just like really appreciating the little things that we might not have noticed before.
Exactly. So, well, it's all good. Thankful to be healthy, to be alive. We've lost so many people. I mean, I personally, yes, a friend. I was going to say I didn't know of anybody personally, but that friend, she was in business as well. She passed away in the end of March. And it could have been complications from COVID. We don't know. She just got a blood clot. She was on social media one day, and the next day she was dead. Her kids came home and found her dead in the apartment.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know, nobody, and the worst, nobody could go to the funeral. So that was really, I was so shocked, and I was so angry. I was so upset. I was so shocked. And I couldn't believe she was in the prime of her life. She was 40. She's in her early 40s.
Really?
And everybody in Toronto knew her. I personally met her, went to her home. I never met her kids, but she was having an event. She was an entrepreneur, did very well, and then she died. It's oh my God. And that makes you even more scared. Oh my God, am I going to be next? Or you just don't know anything, what's going on. So I did know someone passed away.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate part of it, that nobody could go to the funeral and nobody could be with these people when they're in the hospital dying as well.
That was horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that side of it has been quite
Mhm. Actually, I
quite
knew
unpleasant.
three people in March that passed away all around the same time. Three people.
Oh,
Three. Yeah. One was
wow.
my uncle, but that was in England. My cousins, their dad died, and someone else, I can't remember who it was, but those three people died around the same time, the end of March. So it was a horrible winter, honestly. Like,
Yeah, I that yeah, there's been some unfortunate
yeah.
side of things as well. I've heard a lot of I also know a couple people who had COVID as well and have recovered.
Mm,
Um,
wow.
but the experience, they said that it was just
I could
not pleasant and so weak, so
I
weak.
could imagine. Oh boy, yeah, it's a bad flu. Well, worse than a flu.
Yeah,
But
and
anyways,
I think there's still a lot of unknowns about it too. Unknowns in terms of how it's going to impact different people and things
mhm,
like that.
mhm,
You know, again, I don't think they have all the answers.
mhm.
And of
I
course, with
mean,
the media, we don't get all the answers.
this year I got a flu around. I think I can't remember the end of January, February. It was the worst flu. So I'm even saying, was that COVID? We don't know. I got sick, and then my husband got sick. It was the worst one. I had a fever. I can't remember if I had sore throats and stuff like that, but it was really bad. I remember it as, am I going to recover? And it was about a good 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I
Mm.
don't know if, because they don't know if earlier it was here earlier. Like,
No, they don't. And
they
I
just
know a
don't
lot of
know.
people who,
So,
yeah, there's been a lot of people who have felt that way, who were sick around Christmas, were
yeah,
sick in January. I was sick
yeah,
I
it was
after Christmas
horrible.
and January, I was sick with a cold, which turned into a sinus infection, but it was so, I've never been so sick. So, yeah,
So everybody, because it was in the atmosphere, but nobody knew. But I
yeah.
just really don't want to get that, to be honest. Like, I was just so
No, because
scared.
again, they don't know the long-term effects of having it either.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah. So I think that we just need to, like you say, get creative, support one another. Like I
Hmm.
say, there's a lot of collaborations happening,
Yeah, and
and
have these kind of conversations like what we're having now. I mean, it's awesome.
yeah, and that's what I think. Well, it's helped me just having these conversations. It's helped me to get through that fear and, you know,
Yes.
just propelling into action and doing something and serving. That was that was what I wanted to do. And in terms of all the people who I've spoken to, you
Hmm.
know, everybody realizes that they're not alone. We're all going
Right,
through the
or
same
going
thing. We
through
all
it.
have the same
Exactly.
feelings. We all have
Yes.
had the emotional roller coaster during this period of time, and
Hmm.
so it just, you know, it makes it's just supportive because we
Yeah,
know
it
that
just makes you
we,
feel that you're not alone, was not alone in it. Everybody went through the same, and some are still going
yeah,
through.
yeah,
Some of us
and
are a
at the
little
same,
stronger than others that, we can project a little different, but a lot of people are not able to come out of this. There's a lot of depression, and
yeah,
yeah, mentally it's not easy.
no,
Yeah.
no, it isn't, but there's a lot of you know, positive sides, as we were saying,
Yeah.
going forward, and we're
Hmm.
all coming together as a community. The whole
Yes.
world is coming together as a community, so hopefully we've, you know, learned our lesson that we are all, you know, we're
Better
all together.
people. Better
We're better
people
people. Yeah,
moving forward. Yes.
moving forward and more kind and compassionate.
Yes.
All
I
right. Well,
agree.
thank you,
Thank
Shelley, for your
you
time.
so much. Thank
It was great
you.
talking to you. I will
Yes.
put the information underneath the interview with respect to your
Yeah, I
course
appreciate
and
that.
everything.
Yes. Right.
And you know, stay safe, stay healthy, and I look forward to when we can see each other in person again.
I know you too. Take care. Take care of your family.
Well, thank you.
Love on each other. And yeah, just be good, and let's do this together.
Yes. All right. Thank you. And
Thank you
thank
so
you,
much.
everybody. All
Okay, bye
right.
bye now. Bye.
Bye.